Hello Bluebirds. How to not go to school. We are now up to chapter 5. How to feel joyful, disgusted, worried, angry, sad and hopeful. Wednesday the 1st of April 2020. In the corner of Beau's room we have a big wooden toy house. A couple of years ago we went to town to go to the cinema, and on the way home we saw this beautiful toy house in a skip, and Mum stopped the car and put it on the back seat on top of me and Beau, and we took it home. We sanded it down, then painted it green and gold. It's called the Inside Out house because the film we watched was called Inside Out. We went down to the river and we collected loads of interesting looking stones. Then we painted them with different feelings. I painted a big frowning face on a pointy red stone and called him Anger. And his brother is a jagged black rock called Rage. Sadness is a perfect round pebble. Disgust is a large brown grey rock with lots of knobbly bits. Worry is a greenish stone that's just the right size to squeeze in your hand. And Beau found a perfectly flat round skimming stone and said that she would save it to be joy instead of throwing it in the river. To start off with, Beau and me just played out stories with the different stones, although it would usually end with Beau shouting Rage Rock and smashing all the other stones with rage. Then we started to go and fetch Disgust whenever Mum suggested something disgusting for tea, like gherkin salad or cold Stilton and spinach soup. Now, any time I feel anxious, I fetch Worry and I squeeze him in the palm of my hand. The problem is, when I stop feeling worried, I just leave him lying around, and then Mum stands on him and she has to go and get Anger or maybe even Rage. This morning I saw Beau sitting in front of Inside Out house. He was holding Worry in his hand, even though it was slightly too big for his hand to squeeze. He said he was worried about Gran. I picked up Sadness, because she's just as good as Worry to hold in your hand. I felt a bit sad that Gran was going to be stuck inside the house for so long. Normally she goes out with other tiny old ladies and they do aqua aerobics in the shallow end of the pool, and they eat huge slices of cake in the cafe. Above the Inside Out house, Mum had painted a big sign in her curly calligraphy writing. It's impossible to read because it's so curly, but she told us what it says. It's okay to feel that way. Mum came in and sat with us for a bit. Then she told us that she thinks we need a new stone for the house. She wouldn't tell us what the feeling it was, or even what the stone should look like, just that we'd know it when we saw it. So we all put on our wellies and trudged down to the river. Pretty soon, Beau had forgotten about looking for the special stone and was just looking for dinosaur fossils. But me and Mum kept looking for ages and ages until my fingers were frozen to icicles, and Beau had made an enormous pile of dinosaur fossils. Eventually I saw the stone that we were looking for. It was under the water, lodged beneath a big craggy slab that I had to lever up. The stone was really small, about the size of an acorn, and it glistened. When you held it up to the sky, the light gleamed through it and it sparkled like a crystal. I knew Mum would love it. "That's it," she said, beaming. "What is it?" I asked. "It's Hope," she said. We took Hope home and introduced her to all the other stones, and then Mum painted another sign to go above the house. She had to read it out to us because of the curly handwriting, but it said, "Hope is the thing with feathers," which is a poem by Emily Dickinson. We wrote another postcard for Gran, and then I thought that this would be a good idea to include in my book. Here's some of the questions that Beau and I thought of. Are you worried too? Do you dragons like soup? Who could you talk to? How do your grown-ups feel? Do dinosaurs like soup? Is it okay to feel that way? And that's the end of chapter 5.